As recently as last week, President Obama had reiterated his commitment to overturning the ban on homosexuals serving openly in the military. After this week's decision by the U.S. Supreme Court, it's clear that his administration will have to wage that battle the hard way in Congress.
The Supreme Court was clearly right today not to permit a lawsuit to go forward to overturn the don't ask, don't tell policy in the U.S. military. That policy was enacted by a Democratic Congress, signed by a Democratic president back in 1993.
Family Research Council's Bob Morrison.
And the Constitution clearly gives to Congress the authority to make rules for the military. President Obama's plan to recruit volunteers for the military with gay quotas will be very damaging to the military. And so we're hopeful that the Supreme Court will recognize Congress's authority here and that the Congress will do the right thing.
The justices refused to hear a challenge to the constitutionality of the don't ask, don't tell policy brought by a disgruntled Army captain who was discharged from the military after disclosing his same-sex activities. In other news, on Thursday,
that somehow, once you have a public plan, that government will take over the entire healthcare system.
President Obama took his plea for a national healthcare solution to the people of Green Bay.
I'm trying to be fair in presenting what their basic concern is. And that's going to be a significant debate. And what we're trying to explain is that all we're trying to make sure of is that there is an option out there for people where the free market fails.
But Family Research Council's Mike Ferragoso explains why that explanation just doesn't hold water.
Well, President Obama has been working recently with congressional Democrats to try to pass through a new health care bill. One provision of this bill, according to Obama and congressional Democrats, is a so-called public insurance option funded by the government similar to Medicare. And it'll be available to non-disabled people under 65 if they can't get coverage through private insurers. Recently, this last week, the American Medical Association, which is the single largest representative group of doctors, it has 250,000 members, came out against the public option, saying that it will predictably drive out private insurers. And as such, there will be an influx into the public option when these private insurers get out of the insurance business, which will just increase the burdens on the taxpayers exponentially.
That looming AMA opposition now providing an even greater hurdle to Obama's dream of universal health care here in America. For Washington Watch Radio, I'm Kevin McCullough, and FRC News is brought to you in partnership with BMXRadioNow.com.